Good morning and welcome to Fortune Cookies. I had to restart this video. I don't know what happened, but everything shut down. So, first things first, this is one of our Friday love readings. And I already laid out the cards, so I'm just going to leave them there. Did not set them up. This is not a card trick. This is a tarot reading. This is going to be for Rihanna and APRocky, which I think is an adorable couple. I am a huge fan of Rihanna. I think she is gorgeous. I think she's super talented. Love her style and love everything about her. Baby bump announcement was perfect. Loved it. So, couple of things on the side. Tonight, it is Friday, February 4th. Tonight at 6:30 East Coast time, 3:30 California time, Alicia Wicker and I will have one of our premieres. A lot of fun. We pre-record it, and then we're live in the chat, so y'all can talk to us. Grab a cocktail, grab a cup of coffee, grab a snack, and we'll all sit there and chit-chat in the comments. So it's a lot of fun. Nice way to kick off your weekend. This week's video is going to be about some current events. I'll leave it there, leave that teaser there. But so let's take a look at Rihanna. So I did a baseline on Rihanna. I've never done any readings on her privately or on YouTube on my channel. So wanted to get just a nice baseline on her. And so we've got the King of Cups in the middle representing her. And this has her very, very settled. Now, I know, and I don't want to go too deep into the whole Chris Brown thing that she was involved in. There's a level of healing from that down here. There's going to always be some scars from a relationship like that. But I think that she has learned well from it, and I think she is cautious. She looks for the signs, and she's never going to be in that situation again. So, or at least her energy right now, she is never going to allow herself to be in that situation again. Professionally, she's really done everything that she wanted to. If she had a wish list, like a to-do list professionally, she's ticked the box. I hate that saying. I hate saying tick the boxes, but she's pretty much ticked all the boxes. And that's one of the reasons why she's moving on to this next level of parenting and moving into a different level of life, moving into a different focus in life. She's moving on to get a different perspective. And she's going without now, which is kind of interesting because she does have an amazing work ethic, and she does have amazing talent to go with it. You know, sometimes work ethic and talent don't go hand in hand. With her, it's talent and work ethic. She really has a very balanced approach to life. There is this seriousness that runs through her, this vein of seriousness, but she does know how to relax and how to treat herself very well, which is great, good for her. But there was some missing aspects here, and that's where she's moving on into this parenting phase. So spiritually, she feels very, very strong, and she feels very independent. I don't think that she is someone that needs someone to cooperate with. She does not need a collaborator. And I'm getting the sense, I know I said we weren't going to go into the whole Chris Brown thing, but I think that was kind of the sense with Chris Brown. Like, Chris Brown wanted more of wanted her to hitch her cart to his to benefit him. It just really feels like that was kind of the nature of that relationship. It wasn't so much complimentary as it was, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say parasitic because that's not really the word I'm looking for, but symbiotic. It felt like his intention was to be very symbiotic with her, and she didn't need that. It's like dead weight for her. So the concern is that independence and that agency over her life and her future and everything that she's going to do is going to overshadow being in a coupled relationship, being in a shared life and space. So she does have some concerns about that because she does not want to lose her autonomy. So good for her. I mean, and I don't think that that's a bad thing. I don't think this is like she's super selfish and she's super self-involved. She just really never wants to go back to this residual knowledge, let's call it residual knowledge from the relationship with Chris Brown, really does stick with her, but she's learned in a very healthy way about it. There's a certain amount of armor on her. There's a certain amount of there's balance between her intellect and her emotion. She very much is in tune with how that affected her life and how that affected her and how that affected her. She never wants that press again. That's an interesting thing that I'm getting here, is that she never wants that kind of press because she never wants to be seen as weak like that. She never wants to be as someone who was gotten over. Really some powerful stuff that we have there. So that is her. That's her. Now, I know zero about ASAPRocky. So the most I know is that whole Amber Heard thing, they re-nicknamed one of the bridesmaids or bride slaves or whatever it was, some variation of his name because she punched someone or was mean to someone or something happened. I don't know. There's some variation of names. I really don't know much about him. So let's just get a baseline on him. Let's see what kind of dude he is. We'll do short Celtic cross on this. I hope you're all having a great morning. Please like, share, and subscribe. This is just a tarot reading. This is only my opinion. I do not know any of these people, nor am I telling them how to live their lives. Please do your own research and comment down below. Had a few hecklers lately, which is fun. Yeah. So there's a little bit, and this is just my opinion, a little bit of envy and possibly he definitely is the second string in this relationship as far as success and drive. He knows that she does not need him. He knows that she chooses him. I'm going to say this, like, having never read for Rihanna before, like, she's a very, very powerful energy. But it's a calm energy. It's kind of wild. It's like almost like pulsating, radiating, kind of. It's kind of doing that. And his is more frenetic and more not. There's a lack of consistency there, and that's something that is troubling to him because he almost feels like he's in a sales role. And those of you that have ever worked sales know, like, you're always chasing that quota at the end of the month. You're always chasing those numbers at the end of the month, and that can be really stressful. You know, you don't know if you run out of leads, what's gonna come up, and that's one of the things that he always is concerned about, with like a dearth of creativity. So it's always like a threat for him. He gets very, very emotional about it. and that's like, he felt like it came a lot easier when he was younger, and he feels like he should be in a different place professionally at this point. That's what he's thinking. So this concern that they're moving on to the next level, and she's a bit more in the driver's seat, a bit more in a comfortable position. He's a little uncomfortable with that. So there's a level of jealousy that I don't know is manifesting as jealousy, but there's a level of secret insecurity. Let's just put it that way. And I'm not being mean. She is a powerhouse, and like, he is successful in his own right. Like, I'm not saying that he's not successful. He's not like some dude standing on the street corner. Just, her light is really shining brightly. Oh, isn't that? She shine bright like a diamond. Yeah, there was a song like that. It's just that she's a bit more of a powerhouse. When they meet people, they go to her first, and that can be subjugating for any man. Whatever, equal rights and feminism abound, but that can be a little bit disconcerting for any man. So we do have that. So let's see what the relationship was like. They're in a honeymoon period. They're leveling up. Okay, so definitely level up. They're in this super honeymoon period. They're both really happy right now. There's a lot of give and take. Definitely moving from one level to another. Super happy with what's going on, super happy with the pregnancy. Moving ahead, there's going to be some concerns about being locked into a set of circumstances, being locked into a permanent, fixed position. I don't think that that's going to be too much of an issue, though. It doesn't seem like this is really an insurmountable energy, and I think a lot of parents go through that. When you first have your first child, you don't want to go near anybody because of germs. More so now in the last couple of years, you don't want to disrupt the baby's schedule. You don't want to. You have to kind of shed the skin of your old life and that really fun stuff that you were doing, and the freedom of being able to just drop everything and go. Even if you have nannies, even if you have a staff, you still run into those situations where it's really intellectually difficult to go back to going out and having a drink. I mean, my kids are big, and like, I still, I'm not prepared to go on vacation without them. Like, I'm just not doing that. So, you really, there's an adjustment period. And I think that's what we're seeing here is this adjustment period. So they do need to work out some aspects of the relationship. They do need to work out the nuts and bolts of it. Now, whether this can sometimes be the legal agreements, if you will, the plan for the future, but fail to plan to fail, or that kind of thinking. So if there is any kind of a wedding coming up, any kind of a more legal documentation between the two of them, or between like a parenting agreement or something, they're still working out the details on that, which makes sense. I mean, if you are a person of means, it is very important to establish what's going to happen for any inevitability, any possibility in the future. We all saw with Brad and Angelina that divorce went on and on and on, and I don't even know if it's done. I don't even know if the parenting agreements are final finalized yet, but it really is, if you're a person of means, if you're a person that's traveling for work, and involved in having houses in different countries. She's got that beautiful place down in Barbados. It's really important to establish all that stuff when you have children, because if someone's going to say you split up and somebody goes back to LA and somebody stays in Barbados, now you've got a situation where you've got a baby that can't be in two places at one time, and that kind of travel is not realistic. You have a school-age child now. You have two separate school systems, two separate cultures that they're growing up in. It becomes very complicated for the kids. So that, I think, they're trying to really be considerate about the things that may happen in the future, and they're working out those details. It's not complicated. There is a concern that it won't work out, and with Hollywood relationships, that's not a bad thing to be cognizant of. So I had someone that I knew when I was younger. She was a psychotherapist. We had discussed the nature of celebrity marriages, and we were contemplating why those marriages only lasted for sometimes a finite amount of time. Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, they're kind of the outliers on this. Jimmy Stewart and his wife, they were outliers. But she had a very interesting perspective, and she said that production on movies will only take a few years. They have to step into a role, actors and actresses have to step into a role, and they have to live that role for a few years. When they do that for a certain amount of time, it becomes a practiced behavior. So that can translate into personal life. So the marriages, and to be sure, this isn't for everybody, but the marriages can become almost like a role that they step into for a few years. Very interesting. Look up a few of your favorite celebrities and actors, actresses, whatever, and you may see something very similar. It even translates to people that are in a TV series, that sort of thing. Sometimes we even see people that will have marriages that run on the same concurrent track as a role, or an association with a production. It's pretty neat. Musicians as well, but we get a different aspect. We get the tour aspect, and we get the production aspect when they're in the studio. So it's kind of an interesting thing. The tour becomes more of a life of carnival. So those of you that the phenomenon of carnival is the idea that the carnivals would be historically placed at the seaside, and individuals would flock to the seaside to go to the carnival. There would be traveling thieves that would go with the carnival, so there would be this lowering of the bar on morality. The behaviors, because they were far from home. It's like what is it, different area codes? If you're out of your area code, it doesn't affect your life or something. I don't know. I never lived that kind of thinking, but the aspect of the carnivals, when you are out of your element and you are elsewhere, it is not going to stick to you or affect you at your home base. So if you travel 30 miles to the shore, and I live in New Jersey, we got a hell of a Jersey Shore carnival that goes on every summer. And I lived at the shore, so, it's kind of neat when you live there, and you get a very, very good perspective of the people that come down. And someone who wouldn't necessarily get drunk and throw up in the middle of the street at their house in Long Island or Staten Island or Manhattan may do that in a shore town when they're on vacation on a Saturday night. They may do that. They may not pick up a guy that they don't know and go home and sleep with him in Manhattan, but they'll do it down at the shore. So, it definitely changes. And, there is some aspect of that with, the bridge and tunnel crowd that go into the city, New York, speaking of, us from outside of New York, those of you that don't live here, the Manhattanites call us the bridge and tunnel crew. So it's the people that come in from the islands and from New Jersey, we're bridge and tunnel. So, we call them bennies down here at the shore. And they call us bridge and tunnel. So, what's fair is fair. So, I think that I went a little far afield on this. So I think, the aspect of the possibility of breakup is something that she is very cognizant of, and she's kind of preparing for that. So he may not like that. I'm getting a sense that he doesn't like it, but good legal counsel, they'll be able to discuss it. I don't see marriage. I don't see a marriage happening yet. I don't know if that'll change. Let's take a look at baby. Let's see what kind of baby is coming in. I'm not going to predict gender, but let's see what kind of vibey baby we have coming in. Oh, feels like a girl, though. I'm going to say it feels like a girl. What is our baby going to be like? So the baby's going to be transformative for mommy. What baby isn't? Those of you may say. So not getting too much of a sense. This is troubling. I'm not sure what this is about. I'm not sure what this is about. So the lifetime is definitely moving on from something that was very, it was almost like a placeholder lifetime the last time. And this one is coming into some unrest. It's like the love is going to overcome unrest. This baby is going to exude this kind of peace. Definitely feels like the calmness of mama is going to come through. There's going to be some emotions, though. Some emotions that come up as satellite to baby. Okay? So the goals of this lifetime, it's like stay calm and keep on, stay calm. Don't let anybody get your feathers or your dander up. It's really what I'm feeling here. So let's see. Ooh, mommy is going to pass on this independence to her. Justice. Not being full of nonsense. Yeah. So this is kind of interesting. So definitely I feel a very calm spirit is going to come in that is trying to live the best existence possible. Live a just life. So that's kind of neat. I think I'm going to leave it at that. So interesting reading. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. I will try to do some more love readings over the weekend and just post them during the week. I know we're coming up on Valentine's Day. I didn't do as many love readings as I wanted to, but be sure to tune in tonight, 6:30 East Coast time, 3:30 West Coast time, for Dueling Tarot with Alicia. And I will see you all in the comments there. Have a great morning.